This is 𝗂𝗍 in Toronto, and you are watching your channel, Knowledge for Quality of Life. Friends, I apologize, I'm late for this vlog by a few days. I've been traveling to Canada and I'm in Toronto for 10 to 12 days, and I'm recording this vlog from outside, so I apologize for any disturbances. I'll do my best under the circumstances I am in. And I just wanted to bring to you guys a few notable attention points regarding vitamin K2 vlog, which I did in the past. I did few vlogs on vitamin K2 and its clearance rate. And still I see that there is a lot of confusion amongst the readers and the community and the various forums participants in understanding properly the vitamin K2. And a lot of doctors, mostly all doctors, mixed K1 with K2. So let me give you some understanding, basic understanding that what is vitamin K. There are multiple vitamin Ks, various types and kinds, but we are talking about here K1 and K2 to distinguish what is K1 and K2 and why people are not talking about it. When I say people, means medical community, doctors, specialists, they are not talking about vitamin K2 as much as they should. So K1 is a vitamin which helps in coagulating the blood, so it's a totally different thing than K2. And a lot of medical community people, folks, a lot of people mixed this K1 with K2. So K1 is for the clotting of the blood. It helps in coagulating the blood so that it has a clotting power. And if somebody starts bleeding, and if they are deficient, severe deficient in K1, they may bleed to death. So they need to have this K1 in their system so that after if God forbid something cuts or something happens, there's a clotting power available in the blood for the coagulation part. Now K2 is a vitamin which helps in activating the K-dependent proteins. There are multiple proteins in our system, and particularly I'm going to be mentioning two proteins. One is osteocalcin and the other one is Matrix Gla Protein. Osteocalcin protein, when it gets activated in the presence of K2, it helps in transporting the excess calcium in the blood serum level to the right places, which is bones and teeth. And Matrix Gla Protein, when it gets activated in the presence of vitamin K2, it helps in avoiding the calcium to lodge on the side walls of the artery. So it prevents calcium to stick to the arterial system, and it takes the excess calcium from the blood to the in the serum level to the bones. So these two proteins are very, very crucial as far as the non-communicable diseases are concerned. Of course, osteocalcin protein plays a vital role in osteopenia and osteoporosis, and Matrix Gla Protein plays a vital role in atherosclerosis, because you may have heard that calcium gets deposited and it becomes a part of the plaque. That's what we do for calcium score and calcium scoring, the calcium CT scan, and we see that how much calcium is there. But wherever there is a calcium, there is some kind of a volume of soft plaque as well. So it really plays a vital role in transporting the calcium from the arterial system, and it keeps the arteries pristine and in very flexible condition, because as the time goes by, as the calcium gets lodged onto the arterial system and soft tissues, it becomes really hardened, like a plaster of Paris type of thing. It's like a rigid arterial system, and that's not good, because that puts the extra pressure on the system, and then you have issues of high blood pressure and all that. So we have to keep those arterial system in very flexible mode, and K2 is extremely potent in doing that. So I just wanted to make sure that people understand or distinguish between the K1 and K2. K2 comes in two main varieties, besides many, which plays activating role for this Matrix Gla protein and osteocalcin. One is MK4 and the other one is MK7. MK4 is very short life, about 4 hours of half-life, so it remains in the system for about it loses its efficacy within 4 hours of. That's why we call it, it loses its efficacy by half. So that's why we say that half-life is 4 hours, as compared to MK7, which half-life is about 72 hours. So it remains in the system for almost 3 days. So these are the two main types. Now, some folks have been complaining that when they take K2, particularly MK7, they have a unusual feeling. Sometimes heart palpitations, sometimes restlessness, sometimes sleeping issue, variety of things they experience, and some folks don't. So I just wanted to make sure that people who are listening to this vlog understand that what actually the issue is, what is happening. So all of us, I have explained in my various vlogs that APOE genotype, we have 3 main types, 2, 3 and 4. Then there is a combination of 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 3, 3, 3, 4 and 4, 4. So altogether 6 copies. Now we get 1 copy from each of our parents. So 1 from mom and 1 from dad, and that's how the combination makes up. So for instance, I'm 3-3, okay, and 72 to 75% of the world population is 3-3. So it's a very common type. And there is a test in the United States, at least as far as I know. I don't know about the other parts of the world, but you can get tested to figure it out that what your genotype is, APOE genotype is, and this is a once-in-a-lifetime test. Whatever you have it. How to mitigate around that genotype, that's the key part. And that's what I've been hammering so far on my various vlogs. So we need to understand this APOE genotype very, very well, so that we can conform our diet, what to avoid, what to eat, and how to supplement with particularly this vitamin K2. Now, if you look at the thumbnail which I have included, it shows the bar chart. So if you look at the bar chart, so if you look at the 3-3, which is 1.0, so the unit is given on the y-axis as liters per minute. So this is the clearance rate. So I wanted to give you a feeling that how this clearance rate varies based on our genotype. So if I'm popping the pill of MK4 or MK7, I may be doing under or I may be doing over, depending on what genotype one is carrying. That's why it's very crucial to know what the genotype is. So 3-3, if you look at the chart, the bar 3-3 is 1.0. This is the typical clearance rate. So if 3-3 is 1, and if you go on the right side, it's a faster clearance. So 3-4, so basically, in other words, as I said earlier, that it has basic 3 alleles, 2, 3, 4. 2 is the slowest clearance, okay, and 4 is the highest clearance, and 3 is typical. Typical means average. So if you have a combination of 2, 3, you are going to fall somewhere lower than 3, but a little bit above 2. If you have 2, 2. 2, 2 is the slowest, and you can see that decimals and numbers on the bar chart. So for instance, if you look at 3, 4, it's 1.4. So if 3, 3 is 1.0 as a typical, it means that the 3, 4 genotype folks is going to clear vitamin K2 by 40% faster. And if somebody has a 4-4, they are going to clear vitamin K2 from their system by 90%, 1.9. So it's much faster. So if somebody is popping the pill of vitamin K2 along with their D as a cofactor, just 100 microgram, because I see a lot of doctors on the internet are saying that, 100 microgram or 200 microgram is enough. It's enough if you are 3-3. But if you are 3-4, like my wife was 3-4, and I mentioned in my previous vlog that she was under at the cellular level. So I had to raise her number, supplement, by almost 5 to 8 folds. She's taking 500 microgram, and along with the natto, 2 tablespoons of natto is about 300 micrograms. So she's taking 800 microgram a day. And she's doing very well. I mean, she has no side effect, nothing. Unfortunately, we don't have a RDA established for vitamin K2 because, this is, it's in infancy stage. This vitamin K2, nobody's talking about. People who are talking about it, they don't have much understanding. And now I'm not claiming that I'm an expert, but I have digged up quite a bit extensively on the research reports and papers and all that, to understand, because majority of the research on this subject, vitamin K2, has been done by Dr. 𝗍𝗫 of Matrix University in Netherlands. He retired a few years ago, but he spent 35 years studying this potent vitamin. And I have read him, I have studied his paper to understand what it entails. So, but this APOE genotype, how it plays a vital role, it's not too many papers out there which talks about it. So it's very crucial. So what I'm trying to say here in a nutshell, that if you are having palpitation or restlessness or something, if you take MK7 form, most likely, I'm not sure 100% unless somebody is getting tested, most likely either you are 2-2, 2-3 or 2-4, most likely. That's my gut feeling. But if you are in the United States, it's very, very good to test it out. It's a very simple test. You can ask your primary care doctor to write you a referral for APOE genotype test. It's a once in a lifetime test. You have to do it once in your lifetime. That's about it. Now, if you are one of the 3 alleles, 2-2, 2-3, 2-4, then most likely you are better off taking the MK4 version, because it's gonna clear from your system much faster rather than staying in your system for 72 hours. Because if these allele folks, 2-2, 2-3, 2-4, are taking MK7 daily, it's going to create a backup, because they are very slow clearance rate, as you see in the bar chart, which I have included in thumbnail, and I'm going to include in this vlog as a reference picture as well. So if somebody is in these 3 alleles which I mentioned, 2-2, 2-3, 2-4, they can either take MK7 and skip every 3rd day, and they should do fine, because you have to provide time to clear from the system before you take another dose. Or as a conservative approach, if I were you, I would take MK4 version rather than MK7. That's why in Japan they use MK4 as a standard prescriptive dose for folks who have osteoporosis or osteopenia. They have standard vitamin K2 MK4 version as a prescription to those folks. If somebody is testing and they are 3-4 or 4-4, chances are that you are not going to be at the cellular level or serum level adequate if you get tested for vitamin K2 test. It's not commonly available, this test, unless you go to Genova lab testing or Vibrant Labs of America and you pay out of the pocket, because nobody understands this test at your doctor's office, and there's no CPT code available for that, so you have to pay out of your pocket and get it tested. And once you get it tested, like my wife is 3-4 and I'm giving her, because she was not, we were taking before 100 microgram, I was okay being 3-3, she was short, at our cellular level. So she has osteopenia. So of course, you know, this vitamin is so potent besides many other things which we have to do, because this is, as I said in the previous vlogs, that there's no magic pill out there that you can just take and, you know, be okay in everything. You have to tackle each and every parameters, each and every variables at different level. So make sure that, you know, one is okay and at the optimum level, or at the cellular level and serum level, both are okay in your test. And if you are 3-4 or 4-4, you need to take more than standard dose, which a lot of doctors are recommending as 100 microgram. It won't do it. It won't do good to you. And if you are taking 100 microgram and if it's not activating those osteocalcin or Matrix Gla Protein, then it's not going to be you know, doing its job basically. So I hope you will get some clarification, and if you have any questions, concerns about this particular item, you know, this vitamin K2 concerns, include the questions in the comment section, and I'll try to respond it accordingly. And for the next 2-3 months, I'll be traveling. I'll be going in late August in Greece, and I'll probably doing my vlog from there. So I apologize in advance that, you know, sometimes I'll be a little bit late, but I'll do my best to talk to you guys and in a timely manner. But, you know, give me some leeway that, you know, if I don't see enough opportunity to do the vlog, because, you know, I'm not in my home. So I hope you understand, and I hope you all do well, and you know, hopefully I'll try to catch you guys next Saturday or Sunday, whenever the time you know, is available for me. Until then, see you.